Phil!
Are you listening? Damn.
Hello. So, I've been putting it off. I'm guilty. I've put it off since the springtime, mainly because, okay, I don't have a good reason at all. No good reason whatsoever. It's almost Christmas. I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to get it out of the way and just move on. At the end of this video, I'm going to let you in on a little bit of news that may be sad to some, but I think that it's going to be for the best. But let's start. Here I have the questions from my blog that I have yet to answer, but I'm going to do it. All right? Let's just jump in. The first question is from Kyle, who, by the way, I have no idea who you are. You seem to be rather on Team James. Where do you write your books? What do you write on, and how often do you write? And the simple answer is I write whenever the hell I feel like it, wherever the hell I feel like it. And what do you write on? I assume you mean like what? Device or paper or whatever. I write on a laptop now. I wrote the first book on an iPad. If that's not what you meant, I write on a desk that I handmade myself. Handy. Edith M. asks, I would love to know where you pull your inspiration from. Who inspired you to create such a colorful character? The reality is, the inspiration for the actual Harrington character was all up here. I can't get comfortable, apparently. I have a pretty vivid imagination, and the best way to kind of see that through and kind of just express it was to write. So I just channeled everything that's in me into the character. So as far as inspiration for the rest of the stuff goes, I'd have to say it's just kind of, again, the vivid imagination. There's not really any one particular place I pull inspiration from. I see something and I'll inject it into the story if I feel it fits. Fellow writer 92 asks, looking through your gallery, I couldn't help but to notice you spend a lot of time outdoors. Is this simply for mass appeal, or are you a man who enjoys nature? I always have enjoyed nature. I grew up on a farm, as you probably all know now if you've watched any one of my videos, and I just always enjoyed going outdoors. When I was a kid, I guess took it for granted. I'd go to my friends' places and play on video games and that, and I for sure enjoyed doing that at home too, but I definitely enjoy going outdoors. Always have. Captain Sweatpants asks, do you like cake? I like cake. Cupcakes. I like cupcakes. Tiani, how are you so goddamn sexy? Are you single? How are you so goddamn... I don't know. I guess sexiness is kind of subjective. Really, each person has their own view of something that's sexy, but I don't want to work out and eat well. Except for cupcakes. Paula, I agree with Tiani. Great question. Are you straight? What's your type? What's your favorite drink? Do you work out that tongue of yours? Yeah, I'm straight. What's your type? I don't know. Fucking say something smart. What's your favorite drink? Coca-Cola, and I hate that it is, but it is. Do you work out that tongue of yours? I don't know, I like to talk sometimes. Rachel, is there anything in your books that is factual? You've clearly taken care to provide a certain level of accuracy while suspending brief instances of disbelief. Do you pull from personal events when creating certain chapters or events within the novel? Vivid imagination, mostly. I guess I did my research. TJ, who's your favorite character? James. Stupid question is. Forrest Grant, what's your favorite part of being a writer? Having people read what I wrote. In all honesty, it's actually, yeah, it's being able to hear what people have to say about what I wrote. There's nothing better. I love. If you want to call me, any of you, call me, email me, it doesn't matter. I will talk to you about the books, and I want to hear your opinion. I will pick your brain to pieces. I love it. I love it. The interpretation of what I wrote is just the best part. Mike, what is your favorite part of the Harrington series? That's a fucking good question. My favorite part, I guess when I'm writing each individual part, it's my current favorite part, but one of my favorite parts is H2. I won't give anything away in case you haven't read them, but H2, when James goes to the house, his farm property, and the whole intensity of that particular part of the book is really, I'm pretty happy with that. I quite liked that. There's a few other parts in other books, but I think that would probably have to be my favorite. I think I'll probably think of something else later. I do like the yacht part too. I guess that's yeah. I like the yacht part too. Norm P. Jesus Christ. You gonna write some more parts like the first one when James heads on out to the hills to take the drug house and blows it up. I really like that part and the way you wrote it. Thanks. I didn't shut off my ringer. Pretty smart, huh? I'm gonna do that now though. Yeah, I'm gonna write more parts like that. Action, I don't know what you're trying to say. It'd be nice if you put some fucking punctuation in your writing. Alana Morris. Sounds like a fake name. Yeah. Alright, I have a two-part question. In Harrington, the first one, you end it on a high note. Is this because you had intended on a standalone book? If so, what persuaded you to transform it into a series? I didn't intend it to be a book at all, but it just played out that way. I left it on a high note because that's how I was feeling when I ended it. I felt like the characters were just should be happy. I don't really know. It wasn't intended to be a series at all. Z.ZZZZ. Hey mate, what are you going to be bringing us when the series here finishes? Love to know. Great work. Thank you. And I have a few other things I'm working on right now. There's a new series that actually some of the characters from Harrington might make a special appearance in. Latoya Queen. So, boo. When are you going to start posing for some beach pics? Swimsuit season is coming fast, but for real though, when are we going to see a black man in the books? Natasha girl needs her some dark meat, just saying. I don't know about all the rest you said, but I could definitely throw a black man in the books, I guess. There was in the first one, and yeah, there's plenty of it. You just have to look. You don't even have to look. You just have to read. Georgia Cook. How do you come up with the hot scenes that you write? I've read the stories by E.L. James, and I found it very steamy. Then reading this, well, I thought I was going to need a fire extinguisher. It's really simple, Georgia. I don't water it down, and I don't make something that... I don't make it for anybody else. I have a pretty vivid imagination, as I said, and I don't water anything down. If I'm thinking it, I'm going to write it. I don't care about mass appeal, and I don't care about what Sally Housewife has to say. I'm writing it for people like me. I wanted to write something that I would want to read. And that's where my imagination took me. Tina Fro. You never got back. Oh, God. Tina Fro, I'm not interested. I will never be interested. And if your husband's watching, you're a whore. I had to cut the video. Alright. Christine G. What type of education do you have? A degree in literature, perhaps history, perhaps not. Yeah, perhaps not. I didn't finish high school because I don't have the attention span to sit there in class and listen to somebody talk. I just don't. More power to you if you did. I love the West, one word. Very, very, very good. Do you have any pets? I do have pets. You might have seen them in pictures. If you follow me on Instagram, I have a fabulous kitty named Mr. Hugo Boss and a ridiculous dog named Callie. Carly Richard, oh God. I say oh God because I don't know who you are, Carly, but we get a kick out of reading your posts. Oh boy. You and grammar and everything else really. Oh yes, answers. I have so many questions like what is your favorite color? I should read this the way it's written. Oh yes, answers. I have so many questions like what is your favorite color? Do you have a lucky charm? A pen or a bookmark or a sock or something? Who does your cover art? Who is the guy on the second book with the sunglasses? Do you live in a factory like Harrington? What is your favorite luxury brand? Mine is Coco Chanel. Finally, for now, when is Project H coming up? I can't. I don't know what you sound like, but this is how you write. Oh God, I'll answer your questions anyway. Favorite color, blue. Do you have a lucky charm? No. Jesus Christ. Sock. Alright, who does your cover art? I do. Who's the guy in the second book with sunglasses? That's my brother Justin. Watch him in a previous video and possibly upcoming videos. Do you live in a factory like Harrington? No, but I would love to. I would love to. What is your favorite luxury brand? Hugo Boss or Tom Ford? Mine is Coco Chanel. That's fantastic. Finally, for now, when is Project H coming out? Project H is in the works, I guess you could say. Alright, Josh. For real, though. Can I work with you, bruh? Got my resume and credentials and shit. I just send that to yo email. What's good? I got mad tagging skills and fresh as fuck on the grind. Hit me up. Peace. Kamara asks, do you ever just read some of these comments and feel the need to address the heightened levels of stupidity? When I feel that need, I do, but you're hearing some of these. Tracy Frost. Where do you come up with the names for your characters? Is it drawn from inspiration around you or in pop culture? Same as before, vivid imagination, though I guess not for the characters, but I guess the mood I'm writing in, the mood I'm feeling. I often will watch a movie while I'm writing. I can't write in peace and quiet. It gives me a headache. It's kind of countering itself, but that's what it does. So if I'm watching a movie or something, it'll definitely kind of set a tone in my brain for, okay, is this going to be a really action-packed session of writing? Is this going to be, I mean, it really helps to set the mood. Or music. Music works too. So it's not any particular thing, but it's a mood that'll set the inspiration for the characters. The actual initial inspiration, like I said, is just a vivid imagination. Ian LaChance. Or LaChance. Superb book. The new one is... Superb book, the new one is. Have you begun writing the follow-up to the Remy release? How long does it generally take for you to complete a story from start to finish? That's a really good question. Yeah, I'm working on the follow-up to Remy. It'll be out soon. How long does it generally take? It really differs. For the first year, I got a new book out every roughly 3 months or so. To actually write it, if I sit down, I can write it in, let's say, 2 weeks. That's not writing every day, but normally I'll sit down and on a stint I'll write somewhere, 10, 15,000 words. I really crank it out quite quick once the inspiration strikes. Mystic Sin, are you Illuminati? I wish. Mother, lover, 32-year-old. Do you have the same raw magnetism that Harrington has? You chose yourself for the cover, and you were the one creating this character. Do you carry this bravado in reality, or are you just another timid writer with a wild imagination? I have a wild imagination, and apparently I can't read. Ebel C. Have you thought about the impact your books will have on young, impressionable minds? Your content is foul and often disrespectful. I only read your first book since I felt you took things too far. Two should have had another O. I'm sorry if this offends you, however. I feel that it should be said. It doesn't offend me. It doesn't offend me at all. Young, impressionable minds should be probably guarded in their safe place, where a lot of the young minds these days like to hide. Right in their safe place, where the scary world can't get them. Fuck it. Pathetic generation. A. I've requested your aid twice now about making a dream of mine a reality, and you seem less than interested. Why is it you feel you are too good to help a fellow author in their pursuit of releasing their first novella? Get off your lazy fucking ass and do it yourself. Because that's what I did. Okay? Oliver Green. Which book is your favorite and why? H2 is my favorite because it's so fast paced. It takes the action, it takes everything, and it brings it all together. It's like an amplification of the first one. I love the second one, as do most people. However, the third book really, while it mirrors the feeling I had, the place I was in my life at the time, is a really complex book. Even when I go back and read through it, or when I discuss it with people, as I said, I love doing that. Everybody interprets different parts of it in their own way, in their own unique individual ways, and I fucking love it. So, I mean, the second one overall, the third one, for discussion, hands down. The Remy book is just good on its own, so, but the question was the favorite. L. Are there any characters you don't like? You seem to enjoy killing so many of them, I was wondering. Read H4 when it comes out. But any characters I don't like? No, not really. Standard issue. You love to go into detail about cars. What is your favorite car? That is a very loaded question. Currently, my favorite car would have to be I guess at any given time, it's whatever Lamborghini's making. Erica Kent. Do you think you could have made the books without as much vulgarity? Do you feel it is essential in selling such a series? I do love to read them, but at times I feel they are overly explicit unnecessarily. Keep up the good work, William. My name's not William, but yeah, I do think it was necessary. I think that it wasn't necessary to get the point across so much, but the point across, I'm sorry, that let me correct myself. It was necessary to get the point across that these people live in their own world, not just a world, but their own world is not a world that you or I or anybody else could really understand without the vulgarity. You need to push the envelope on everything to really grasp that these people live unchained. They live without rules. They live, I mean, bloodshed is a daily occurrence. The sex is just a leisure pastime, and it's not with one particular person. I mean, this is the world they live in. It's wild and fit for kings, and these really are modern kings in their own right. So yeah, it was pretty necessary. Lindsay S. I just saw a pic of you showing your stomach. Holy crap. My boyfriend has been trying to lose belly fat for some time and hasn't been able to. How do you stay so fit? Your career isn't exactly an active one, but you look so good. Oh, and by the way, your books rock. Well, thank you. And I've never been fat. I'm lucky there. But I have noticed, as I've gotten older, I'm crawling slowly up on 30. And I can get fat now, probably, if I eat bad in that. But I don't. I actually eat quite well. And I think that I'm no personal trainer. I'm not going to pretend to be like half of these schmucks out there. But eat well. It just don't indulge as much as you'd like. Find other outlets. And it just so happens that because what I'm doing is not a particularly active thing, working out really kind of compensates that. So if I'm feeling stressed or anything, I work out, which is almost every day. And it's not just because of stress. I've come to enjoy it. It started out as a stress release. Alberta Longhorn. Get her done. You a city boy or a country man? I've already answered that question. YD. Can I have a free copy of your book, I'm Very Sexy? No. Nope. Paul. What is the hardest part about creating a book? The idea. So you have the idea, it should come out. I mean, it did for me. I don't know for you. Kyle, again. Dude, this new look is killer. Not really a question. So did you do the work yourself? Haha, but props on the update. I think he's talking about, around this time I updated my website, and yeah, I did it all myself. Brenda Tortien. What type of films, literature do you enjoy, Mr. William? Films, comedy. I need something lighter to just kind of, the world's a dark place these days, but lighter. Comedy. Literature, action, spy. No Name. creative. I was wondering what comment you would have to the insinuation that your book is a 50 Shades of Grey copycat. Taking into note, of course, that it touches on high-end cars, a wealthy man, and taboo sexual relations. It's hard to dismiss that your book is without a doubt entertaining, to say the least, and these are, of course, my sole opinions. Thank you. I'm really glad somebody brought this up. I've been asked this before. Are you just trying to copy 50 Shades of Grey? If you've read or even watched the attempt at a movie of 50 Shades of Grey, it's not the same thing. It's really not. The similarities of the fact that it's a rich guy are not even. No, it's just not. Read the book, and I respect your opinion, but anybody else is free to read the book and make their own. But I can guarantee you it's not. C. When will the Remy book be in paperback format? It is now. I don't know if it was at the time. S. I love the new bio setup. The pics and captions are great to go along with them. That is not a question at all. So, Flora R. Great looking website. Do you have any tips for me? I'm in the process of polishing my first written work and I'm not sure how to end it. I would love your input. Yeah, it's a really tough question. I don't know what I guess it's a book, your first written work. I don't know what it's about. I don't know you. Go for a hike. That's what I'd do. Go for a hike. Maybe it'll clear your head, but don't try too hard. That's the best advice. C. I really like all the improvement you made on your site. Nice to see where you are from and what made you who you are and what influenced your book. I'm assuming this is probably a French person writing this. And what influenced your book? Keep it up, man. Great job. Thank you again. Not a question. Not a question. Undisclosed. First of all, I'm a huge fan of your work. Your characters are well-rounded and often deep. My sole question to you, sir, is why did you choose to illustrate your covers the way you did? Why did you not choose a larger picture? Something more eye-grabbing, perhaps. Again, big fan. I look forward to the upcoming releases. Well thought out question. What was your name? Undisclosed. Well, I chose it that way actually on purpose. I had an original cover idea and it looked amateur as hell, and I thought to myself, well, I do want it to look somewhat amateur. The idea for the first one, when I actually made it, was that it would be written, and it was originally the first 6 chapters were written from the perspective of Harrington, as the books turned out, but it was as though he was sitting at his desk writing his blog, I guess, his journal about his daily, adventures. And it turned into what it did, but I wanted it to always have that feel of, this is my story, coming from Harrington. So it was always more of an amateur feel that I wanted for it. You'll see with the new series that I'm gonna come out with, the covers are going to be so incredibly different. But I really liked the feel of these ones, and I feel that each band on each cover has been not only fun for me creatively and just fun in general. I feel that it really gives, with the matte finish especially, a great kind of almost diary feel, if that makes any sense. It makes sense to me. I don't know. It makes sense to me. N. When can we read the 4th book? I assume you mean H4, and the answer is very, very soon. S. What is your guilty pleasure? That's a loaded question. French G. What does it take to be a writer? I don't know if there's really any one answer to that. Just creativity, I think, is the best answer. Creativity, and you got to be able to, I guess, suppress fear, because you'll never actually write what you're creating in your mind. Yeah, I guess that's what I would say. I mean, I don't really think there's one right answer, but just do it. Carla Moan. Give me a ride on that tongue. Wow, that was the last question, and what a way to end it. I don't know what the big deal is about my tongue. I don't know when it started, and you're going to be watching this and go, well, didn't you write a book called Use Your Tongue? And I did, but that's kind of after all of this stuff started with the tongue. I just took a picture of my tongue out, and apparently everybody started commenting on it. But it's just a tongue, people. And use your tongue, not about what you think. So that's the last question. I said I had an announcement at the end. Sometimes I can't speak. By the time this video goes up, the blog as you know it on jcwilliam.com is going to be no longer. I'm going to take it down because I have started recording videos, and I just find it a much easier way to communicate with the people who would be checking out the blog anyway, and I find it more fun this way. I hope to read still as many comments. I know it'll take time. I'm up to the challenge. And we talked a lot about creativity in this video. So I'm up for the creative challenge. But yeah, the blog's going to be down by the time this video is up. So you want to follow me and hear what I have to say, really check it out on YouTube, because that's where it's all going to be now. Mainly because I've wanted to do videos for a while. It's always been kind of going that way, and I'm still learning the ins and outs of doing it. But to do the blog too, I mean, the blog has gone neglected for so long, and I don't really feel interested in sitting down and writing that. I already write, you know what I mean? I'm always writing anyway. So to actually sit down and take ideas and write them in the blog, it just doesn't interest me anymore. It's that simple. Other than that, I hope you guys who asked the questions enjoyed it, and for anybody else, I mean, that's just something I needed to get out of the way. It's done now, and we'll be moving on to other various videos, random stuff. All right? So thanks for stopping in. If you haven't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button somewhere. I don't really know which way it would be when it's uploaded, but hit that subscribe button, and yeah, you can still feel free to check out the website. However, as I've mentioned in a previous video, it's going to be down at some point before the new year for updates. But I think it's for the best. I'm really doing a huge push on everything centralized around the books, and then secondarily these videos, because I enjoy doing it, and this is the direction I want to take, and I hope that the fans want to go there with me. Alright, so that's all I have to say.